All right, we're back with our daily accountability check-in. It feels kind of weird saying this, but it 100% mean it at this stage in life, aka this week of the year. But we slept in today until 6 a.m. Tomorrow will be different. We'll be back at it at 3:30. It's a target wake-up time. But today is Thursday, February 26, 2026, 22626. It's a cool day today. If you remember yesterday's video, I talked about cutting it early and saving some tasks for today because I was totally wiped yesterday. I think yesterday was a good day to have pushed those tasks back. I would have totally botched them if I had done them last night. However, I'm kind of wishing I had done them because it ended up taking me a little bit longer today because there was so much that was on plate for this morning, and I agreed to take 3 calls when I had planned for 0. The calls went really well though. Ended up sending out 3 proposals for new clients, which we're feeling really good about the ability to bring those clients results, because that's what it's all about. I mean, you look at churn in an agency, really just boils down to like, did you get the result for the client? And I've been just bringing on clients that I know we're going to knock it out of the park for. So really excited about what's to come. That being said, this morning did my freaking taxes. Well, 70% of them. It was taking way longer than I had expected, and I was working faster than I thought I was going to, and it still ended up taking longer than I thought. I was using AI to help create the spreadsheets and go through all my transactions. I just did a terrible job in 2025 of like using the business cards properly and categorizing stuff throughout the year and paying taxes throughout the year. So yeah, I've never really had like a job, so I don't know what it's like to like get taxes taken out regularly. You just get hit with a massive bill at the end of the year. So I've invested in some resources on being able to do taxes better next year. I don't know if you can see that, LLC and S Corp taxes. I bought like 4 books about taxes last year when I got hit with these bills, and then get hit again this year with just like crazy time suck one day out of the year, and you still like didn't get it done. And then I was just got to pay a lot to the IRS. But however, I will not complain about that. One of the things I won't complain about is like taxes and paying taxes. I think it's an absolute privilege to live and be born in the U.S. The infrastructure that we have here is incredible, and I would not trade it for the world. So I'll freaking pay my taxes. Am I stoked to go wire out a ton of money to the IRS? No, but like I'm not going to complain about it because we live an incredible life. So that being said, taxes was done today at 70%. The rest is just like button clicking stuff that would take me about 4 hours I estimated to do. And I have a 6-hour flight on Saturday. So I'm going to do it then instead of taking 4 hours out of the morning to click buttons and enter transactions. Also did some script reviews in the morning and then ended up taking 3 calls, like I said. So calls started at 2, and I was hitting a wall with the scripting beforehand. I'm trying to get better at switching gears in deep work. I know it's kind of like counterintuitive. Deep work is just like take one task and just attack it. But I'd like to get better at switching gears on tasks. I noticed like once I was doing my taxes and then I went to write script reviews, and like I just couldn't get my brain to transfer over into that node. And I feel like I was going way slower and was less effective than I could have been in those script reviews. So I want to put in some work. I wrote it on my task list to get better at switching gears in tasks. Not necessarily like an urgent task, but just like you get some time, I don't know when that will be, to actually go over and try and like learn some of that. So that was the deep work today. Got our 5 reach outs in. Candidly, I did it on Instagram right before this video. That's the good purpose of accountability right here too. Like if I didn't have to like report on this, I probably would have just not done them today. And the workout was 8 miles. I put quotes around the easy because it was supposed to be easy. The pace turned out 8:58 mile. That's like, I'm not gonna pace that slow. I don't know, easy workout in a long time. But it was freaking hot today, dude. Like I came back, my heart rate was jacked at the end of it. It was wild. It was like 90 degrees today. So it's getting back to the point in Arizona time of the year where afternoon runs are becoming less and less feasible. But it was good. Went out and commanded the mind. I really wanted to walk during that one. Like there were some times where like I really should walk, but my coach had said to me a couple weeks ago, she was like, do not walk. Like if you walk, you train yourself that walking's okay. And also, like, you shoot the ability to actually have endurance on the longer runs. I noticed that I was getting really fast on the short, like, speed work that we do, but the, like, go for 4 to 6 miles at goal pace was tough because I was always walking in between sets, or I would walk when I would get tired, because we have, like, easy pace inside of some of the workouts, but I would take that as, like, oh, it's okay to walk. She said no walking, so I was hearing that in the back of my head, but I really wanted to walk at like 5 miles. I was looking down at the watch so much, just trying to, like, I was negotiating in my head too. I was like, okay, I could get to, mile 6 and then I could walk a little bit, or get to mile 7, then I could walk a little bit. And I was just like trying to think in my head, like, hey, like, command the mind. Like, if you can become friends with the demons in your head during times like that, then, like, you'll never be lonely. So ended up pushing through with no walking, which I was proud of. And then pushing tasks till tomorrow is a no-go. We don't want to give in to little things. Like, there are some times where, like, I'll give in to a bad thought. Like, oh, I just want to get up and go eat right now because I feel like it and because there's food that's there. Or, like, I just want to go on Instagram and I'm consciously going to go on Instagram and scroll and see if I can get, like, a hit of dopamine that will refresh me to then go do the work. Like, I've been negotiating with myself like that recently. And every time I've given into those negotiations and, like, done the thing that I know I'm not supposed to do, can't get back into flow afterwards. So, like, even when you're trying to rationalize in your head of why you should do something that's, like, short-term gratification, not long-term gratification, silence it because it's not good. So that's what I got for you today. Thursday, 3 contracts out, workout, taxes, and we are 95% done with everything that's needed for the Hawaii trip on Saturday. So I'm gonna get up at 3:30 tomorrow. If we hustle, might be able to get 6.5 hours. So that's what we're shooting for. See you then.